Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain the idea of absolute value. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this helpful. Okay, let's get into it. Basically, the absolute value of a real number is how far that number is from zero. It helps to understand using a number line. Let's say we're asked to find the absolute value of 2. 2 is here on the number line, and we need to move over 2 spaces to get to 0. So the absolute value of 2 is 2. Now let's try the absolute value of 6. 6 is over here on the number line, and we need to move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So that means the absolute value of 6 is 6. You may have noticed a pattern at this point. The absolute value of a positive real number is that number itself. So before I ask the absolute value of 2, well, it's just 2. The absolute value of 6 is just 6. If I asked you for the absolute value of 13, you would know the answer is 13 because the absolute value of any positive real number is going to be that number itself. Now you might be wondering, what about negative numbers? Well, let's see. Suppose we're asked to find the absolute value of -4. -4 is here on the number line. To get to 0, this time we need to go the opposite way, towards the right. So let's move 1 unit, 2, 3, 4. So that was 4 units moved to the right. So the absolute value of -4 is 4. Remember, it doesn't matter whether we're going left or right on the number line. The absolute value is just the number of units traveled. Now, how about -7? Well, -7 is here on the number line, and to get to 0, we need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we moved 7 units to the right. And that means the absolute value of -7 is just 7. So again, you might be noticing a pattern. The absolute value of a negative real number is always the positive version of that number. As a matter of fact, you can literally take away the negative sign as if it wasn't even there. So if I asked you to find the absolute value of -13, quite literally all you would have to do is cross out the negative sign, and so the absolute value of 13 is just 13. Now, I want you to take a second to figure out the absolute value of 0. Please feel free to pause the video at this point. Okay, so hopefully you've come to an answer by now. Let's see if it's correct. If absolute value is how far a number is from 0, then 0 is right here on the number line, and it's already at 0. So that means we don't need to move anywhere to get to 0 because we're already there. So that means the absolute value of 0 is just 0. This means that the absolute value of any real number has to be 0 or greater because it can never be negative. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see my video on the absolute value of imaginary numbers when that video comes out. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.